Hello, my name is Donald Gorman. I am an author and I write horror novels, mostly ghosts, evil spirits, that sort of thing. I want to talk to you about a couple of my books. The one I am pushing right now, the strongest, is my most recent novel, which is called Those Without Life. But before we even get to that, I'd like to push a couple of my other novels really quick, let you know about a couple of my other novels that I also have out. All of my novels, of course, are out on Amazon. You can get them in either paperback or Kindle version on Amazon, including this book here called A Grave in Autumn. This book is essentially about a guy that buys a house. It turns out to be a haunted house with ties to a dangerously crazy man who lives up the road, and also a nearby cemetery that has a legend of a grave that everybody calls Nobody's Grave because it's a grave that can never be filled. That's A Grave in Autumn. This is another one of my favorites. This is called The Deliciously Evil, a cookbook for killers. I believe the Kindle version does not have this cover. The Kindle version, I don't believe, has a picture on it. And that might be what is pictured in Amazon. I'm not sure, but this is the paperback cover. This novel is about a guy that used to be a big rock star. He's a has-been rock star, was once a star of a big heavy metal hair band that was really big for a while in the 80s. Now he's a has-been. He's trying to get his name back in the public eye by writing a celebrity cookbook. However, he's also the main suspect in the murder of his ex-wife. But he tells his lawyer, I did not kill my ex-wife. I did not have anything to do with any of the unsolved murders that happened back when the band broke up. I have nothing to do with any murders that might happen in the future. I'm just trying to write a celebrity cookbook. It's an evil spirit that's doing the killings. And that is Deliciously Evil, a cookbook for killers. I also have, yes, this is good, The Red Veil. The Red Veil is about a bride gets murdered at her wedding reception, and then people start disappearing or getting murdered thereafter. There's a long list of strange, shady suspects that could be doing the killings, but people have reason to believe that the bride, the ghost of the bride, has come back from the dead, wearing the blood-covered bridal veil that was found at the original murder scene, and the ghost of the bride is coming back to get revenge against people who did her wrong when she was alive. That is The Red Veil. Oh yes, we got Wrongful Secrets. Wrongful Secrets, this is good. I like this one too. Wrongful Secrets is about a young couple builds a hotel directly over a spot where 3 teenagers died in a tragic fire about 20 years earlier. The young couple wants to get a reputation as a haunted hotel because of that situation. However, their young son turns up with an imaginary friend who lives in the fireplace of the hotel. And this imaginary friend does not like whenever hotel guests have nasty little secrets from their past. Any nasty, dirty secrets that the hotel guests have in the past. The imaginary friend is not like that. Whenever the imaginary friend says, I don't like somebody, they turn up dead. So that is Wrongful Secrets. Well, yes, here's another one. I'll push real quick. We got Paradox. This is a book about a dysfunctional family. It's also a book about a serial killer. The serial killer thinks he's haunted by the ghosts of his victims, and these ghosts claim to represent either God or the devil, as they encourage him to keep killing people using his recurring theme, I am the paradox that is all mankind. So that is Paradox. So those are other books that I have. Now this is my newest book, though. This is the one I most strongly want to push. This is my newest book. I did this with a completely different publisher this time around. This one is called Those Without Knife. This one I did with a brand new publisher that I never used before. This was done through Quick Draw Studios, run by a friend of mine, a fantastic artist named Danny Smith. She's a fantastic artist. As you can see, she did the artwork for this cover. She's a fantastic artist. She's a wonderful girl. Danny, you know I love you to death, baby. So this book I want to talk about, in this particular book, this focuses around some teenagers, some goth teenagers. These goth teenagers are having some problems with the jocks in the local high school. And the goth teenagers, they decide that they're going to try a new alternative way of communicating with the dead. When they try to communicate with the dead, it's definitely an eventful evening, but still they're kind of left with the feeling we're not sure if we really communicated with the dead, or just, I don't know, something, we're just not sure what the hell happened. They don't really want to believe it. So tension starts to slowly build as the book goes on. Strange, mysterious events happen that make it a little harder to deny as the book goes along. It gets harder to deny something happened when they tried communicating with the dead. Eventually, people start ending up dead. People start getting killed. And it becomes obvious that the teenagers unwittingly unleashed some evil spirits that feed off the teenagers' anger. And whenever the teenagers get angry, somebody winds up dead because of these little evil spirits. So that is the book I'm pushing right now. That is Those Without Life. And I want to say just a little something about my writing style. When I first started writing, I first wrote a couple of short novellas that we won't do today. We'll talk about them some other time. But when I started with the short novellas, I adopted a very rigid, minimalist style where the sentences were really short and stark, and you don't do much in the way of describing people. You kind of leave the descriptions of people as very scant. You only kind of say what needs to be said. Sentences very short, very stark. You don't really describe places where you don't tell people where they are when you start a new scene. You kind of let people figure out where they are on their own. You know, all of these things are all elements of the minimalist style. It's a style, I did not invent that style. It was used by such celebrated authors as the late Raymond Carver, the late Richard Brodigan, well, basically a bunch of people who are dead now. But be that as it may, it's a very effective writing style, but usually works better with shorter works like short stories and novellas and stuff. As I got into the longer stories, I wanted to keep some of those elements, but I wanted to relax the style a little bit and let the sentences go a little longer, a little more relaxed. So keeping some of the elements, but relaxing the style and make it more fun to read. Because, you know, when you read a horror novel, you want it to be fun to read. So I wanted to do that. Now, some people said I should do some kind of giveaway or something here. I don't know if I want to do a giveaway. I'm kind of running on a small budget. But there are a few things I might be able to give away with as a giveaway. Like, for instance, if you were to show me, you know, proof of purchase, like, you know, post a picture of yourself holding a copy of the paperback version of my newest novel, Those Without Life, I might be able to send you one of these. Now, you may be asking yourself, what the hell is that? Why would I want one of these? It looks like a postcard. Okay, essentially it is a postcard. But, you know, it's not very big. But You know, it works really well. You put this in a frame. This is the picture from my novel, Deliciously Evil, A Cookbook for Killers. And if you put it in a frame, you know, it looks really good. I'm not going to put it in a frame when I mail it to you. I have to get your own frame. But you put it in a frame like this, it looks good. I mean, you hang this up in your kitchen because it's a cookbook for killers. And basically, it looks good in any room in the house where, you know, you want people to think you got some class. This is just a nice picture. It goes in any decor, you know, and it's just a nice, really, you know, picture that you can hang on the wall in any room, you know, bedroom, you know, living room, any place where you got a space where you're just not sure what to do with it. Of course, you know, if you don't want that kind of thing, you don't have to have that kind of thing. We could come up with something else to do on a low budget. Like I only have limited. That's only as good for as long as supplies last. Because I don't have that many of them. I only got like 70, 75, something like that of those left. But if you want something else, hey, I only got one of these. But I'd be willing to use, again, proof of purchase to buying a new book. Those with that life, I will give you this. I only got one of them. You may be saying, what is this thing? It looks like a coffee scoop. Alright, basically, it is a coffee scoop. But hey, it works in any brand of coffee. I mean, you use it to scoop coffee in the morning. So when you're making coffee, it comes in real handy, you know, because you don't want to use your hands or anything. But you don't have to use it as a coffee scoop. It also comes in handy if you need like a little shovel, like if you're into gardening and you're just planting little seeds, you know, and you're just going to, you know, dig little holes for like little seeds. It works good for that. It also works good as a snow shovel. It works good as a snow shovel. Of course, it works better if you have a really small driveway. But, you know, not just a small driveway. If you like snow shoveling and you're not in a big hurry to, you know, get the snow shoveling done, it comes in handy for that. And hey, you know, you won't strain your back shoveling snow with this bad boy. You know, you don't have to worry about that. So it just comes in handy. Like I only got one of these, but you know, it's something I could give you if you show proof of purchase of the new book. But of course, if you don't want that, you want something a little more exotic, something a little more worthy of a giveaway kind of a situation, then I can ask you this. Have you ever wanted to go on like a 1-week vacation for 2 to Hawaii? Well, then you're going to love this giveaway because for a limited time only, with proof of purchase that you bought the paperback version of my new book, Those Without Life, I am prepared to send to you 2 all expense paid, that's right, 2 sheets of paper from this notebook so you can write down your vacation plans and itinerary. Okay? Pen not included. But, you know, if you want to go on vacation or anything, 2 sheets of paper from this notebook, honest to God, you know, while supplies last, for a limited time only, you'll be able to write down your vacation plans, you know. It's not just for that, you know. I mean, there's all sorts of things. I mean, you know, you can, if you're making plans, you can give the sheets of paper to your kids to kill around with crayons. You know, if you want to like fold them up into paper airplanes, so you can, you know, test some of the theories of, you know, of aviation before you actually get on a real plane. Or, you know, no matter where you go on vacation is good. If you want to go like camping. You know, it's always nice to have paper to write things down on if you're camping. Or you could use them as, you know, toilet paper while you're camping. Because, you know, they're a lot more comfortable than pine cones. Let me tell you that one. So, you know, those are basically the giveaways. If you're interested in those, you know, like I said, proof of purchase of the new book. That'll work. Proof of purchase of the paperback version of the new book. And you can get any one of those giveaways, or just basically, if you're just looking for a good horror novel to read, this is a good book. It really is. Please get, you know, trust me, this book, my new book, or any of the other novels I suggested, they're all written by me. They're all available in Kindle or paperback on Amazon. I would appreciate your patronage, and I hope you'll buy the book. I hope you'll enjoy them. I'm Donald Gorman. Thank you.